Get your, turn around, okay? Couple, let's see your mouthpiece. Yours? All right. Listen, pay attention, okay? When I tell you to stop, I want you to stop. When I tell you to break, I want you to break, and I want you to break clean. And when I tell you to box, I want you to resume fighting. Now listen, good luck to both of you. I want you to touch gloves, come out fighting at the belt. Good luck.
All right, we're getting ready for this 4-round of Brian Adams. What do you have on the tail of the tape?
Well, tail of the tape, the deciding factor here is going to be the age. I think the youth, the 21-year-old Duluc, is going to out-hustle and outwork the 29-year-old Garcia.
Referee is Bob Benoit. And I'm going to get a headache from that bell because it's right next to me. Gabriel Duluc out quickly. He's wearing the red, white, and blue.
Dominican colors. He's from Santo Domingo. And Steve, look at the posture of these two guys early on. Duluc looks like the much more confident, stronger opponent.
Right now, he seems to be fighting at the range he wants. No.
He's thrown a couple of right hands, but they were more or less looping. Jab is nice and stiff and straight, but the right hand is a little looping.
This is Duluc's second fight and his second fight on Broadway Boxing. He fought at B.B. King's in New York City in March on one of our cards. He won a 4-round decision in his pro debut, so he's 1-0. Garcia 2-10 with one draw, but only been stopped one time, so he's a decent test in that regard. 2 overhand rights and a straight right hand by Duluc.
But those right hands are a little too wide for me. Nice stiff jab.
Duluc's letting his hands go, something that Garcia is not doing right now.
Nice straight right hand to the body by Duluc. And Garcia is just not offering up anything, you know, in this juncture of the fight.
Duluc doing a good job of keeping his hands up as well. And there it comes in handy as he blocks most of those shots and comes back with a counterpunch. Big right uppercut by Duluc. But Garcia takes punch as well. We mentioned that at the top.
But I think he got hurt with that uppercut seconds ago.
And if he gets pinned on the ropes, Duluc's going to open up with his full guns. Brian Adams is right. That right hand is very wide by Duluc.
If he shorten that right hand up, I think behind a stiff jab, he'll blind with the jab, and if he throws a straight right hand, he can get the knockout, you know, over Garcia.
Well, Garcia's starting to be a stationary target. Duluc taking advantage by landing some right hands to the body. There's another one. Duluc and Garcia.
And some swelling under the right eye of Garcia. That was a nice straight right hand Duluc landed as Garcia came in.
Well, Garcia's game, but this first round, effectiveness has been all Gabriel Duluc. End of 1. We're ready for round 2, scheduled for 4 welterweights. They're both 143 pounds, so even though they were identified as junior welterweights, they're above that limit. Gabriel Duluc in the colors of the Dominican Republic, red, white, and blue. And Noel Garcia, black trunks. Steve Farhood along with Brian Adams here in beautiful Mechanics Hall, a historic building in Worcester, Massachusetts. It's our 3rd trip here for Broadway Boxing.
And you know what, let's take a closer look at Noel Garcia here for a second. Because although he got dominated that first round, go back to your corner. He has the good exchange there. He has 2 good boxing minds in his corner, 3 actually. The Mitchell twins from Philadelphia, who had a losing record, but both those guys were very good boxers. And he has Mark Vaz. So get back to the corner, he gets calmed down, and try to instill some confidence in him that he can do this.
Well, I'll tell you, Garcia's a tough kid, and he came out this second round gunning Unfortunately, his punches don't have much on them, and he's walking into a lot of shots. So if Duluc is smart, he'll just be patient, let his opponent do the work for him.
I like the fact that Duluc has not abandoned that stiff jab. He had success. Nice chopping right hand by Duluc. He still has that stiff jab, and he's now starting to throw the straight right hand as opposed to a looping right hand.
In the second half of the first round, we saw Noel Garcia sitting against the ropes a lot. He can't get away with that combination left underneath, right over the top by Duluc. This is the kind of 4-rounder you want because both guys are willing to fight. Garcia with a straight right hand. Duluc answers with his own right. Duluc's been reaching with that right hand a little bit too. Not only is it wide, but he's reaching a little bit, and he doesn't need to because Garcia will be in his range.
Well, that's because Garcia's stepping in and he's coming in low. Right there, you can see he's dipping low, so Duluc is forced to throw long right hands. He just shorten it up, step in a little bit more, and throw the uppercuts. See right there, throwing the right hand down, whereas Garcia's getting underneath that.
Well, I'll tell you, Brian, if Garcia bends over the way he's been bending over, there's very little you can do offensively. You can pound the body a little bit, but he's making himself such a low, short package, it's hard to land anything of note.
Well, what you do is you make him commit and you force him out of position, meaning you throw a feint, you throw a jab, or throw a feint. Once he commits to go low, then you can bring it under.
Another good round here for Gabriel Duluc as we reach the end of round 2. We are ready for round 3 as referee Bob Benoit holds up the action for a split second. And the reason that Noel Garcia's trainer Derek Whitley is telling him you got to do it now. This is only a 4-round fight, and clearly Garcia has dropped the first 2 rounds. So he needs to do it. The question is, does he have the guns to do it? Gabriel Duluc from the Dominican Republic lands a slapping right there.
Well, you mentioned if Garcia has the guns to do it. In a 4-round fight, you don't really need major guns. All it takes is he can catch Duluc off balance with a punch and score the knockdown.
That's what he needs.
Right, so it's not a matter of can he really fight. Oh, nice right hand.
Big right hand by Duluc to the body. He followed it up with a wide right to the head, connected with both. Another right hand by Duluc, and this time Garcia seems stunned. He's backing up, backs to the ropes. Referee's taking a good look. Another right hand, wild shots by Duluc.
So this is where throwing wide certainly hurts him. Duluc, that is. Short, compact shots is what he needs to throw.
Garcia seems to have weathered the storm. Comes out of the corner. And there Garcia lands something as they fire power shots at the same time. Garcia's mouth open now, sucking air.
And what I see here, Garcia, every time.
Oh, overhand right by Duluc. That punch starting to land more than it was in the first round.
But look at it, he's positioning himself to throw right hands. When he throw the jab, he leans in. You see the way he leans over towards his left? All Garcia got to do, as soon as Duluc throws the jab, Garcia should throw a nice short left hook. He'll land it every time.
Right now, Garcia looks like he's in survival mode. His head gets snapped back by a right hand. This is the MO of Noel Garcia. He goes the distance, usually loses a decision, and he's shown how tough he is here because he's taken some right-hand bombs from Duluc. And Garcia wants to throw, but he's telegraphing his shots. Duluc sees them coming and backs off. Ten seconds left, round 3, scheduled for 4 here at Mechanics Hall in Worcester, Massachusetts. This is Broadway boxing. All right, referee Bob Benoit will have them touch up. And we're ready for the fourth and final round of this welterweight contest. 21-year-old Gabriel Duluc, he's controlled the action against 29-year-old Noel Garcia. Both Massachusetts-based fighters. This has been fought at a very good pace, but it's been a little one-sided for Duluc. Another overhand right, that's been his biggest punch. And that's really an overhand right there. Wow.
But Duluc has certainly had success with that looping right hand. But notice, it's 1-2 shots. Jab, looping right hand, then he steps out. Jab, right hand, he steps out. There's no hook, there's no foul punch combination.
Brian, we talked about Duluc shortening up his punches ideally, but sometimes those wild overhand rights like that one there, they're harder for the opponent to see, aren't they?
It is, because you wouldn't believe that the opponent's actually going to throw from that far distance.
Right, it's a street punch, really.
Right.
Well, Duluc seems to understand that he's in control and he doesn't have to take any chances, so he's using a little bit of lateral movement now. He is not unbalanced to get full leverage with a lot of his shots. That would be my criticism. But he's certainly a lot sharper with his punches and quicker to the draw than is Garcia.
Well, my criticism for Duluc would be the fact that first round he came out, he established a nice stiff jab, then he got away from it. You want the young guy to remain consistent behind a stiff jab. Jabs are the key to boxing.
And that was a nice jab there by Duluc.
And Garcia is just too square standing right in front of Duluc.
One thing about Duluc, when he does jab, you can be pretty much sure the right hand's going to follow it.
Yeah, the same rhythm, jab right hand, a jab overhand right rather, same rhythm. But Garcia is just waiting for him to punch, to try to counter punch, and Garcia does not have blazing hand speed.
No, Garcia's been in the pocket the whole fight. He's willing, he's just not able.
He's waiting for Duluc to commit before he lands. Notice he never takes the initiative.
Another big overhand right by Duluc.
Doesn't take the initiative, but he takes right hands.
And he doesn't see those shots coming. I'm not so sure we see them coming. They're so wide and with such a wide arc.
I'm sorry, you might hit me with a looping right hand once,
Not
maybe twice,
Not
maybe.
3 times.
It's not going to happen for 4 rounds.
We have 15 seconds left in this fight.
Now we have 10 seconds left.
Noel Garcia is going to make it the distance as he usually does. Gabriel Duluc's going to go 2-0 on Broadway Boxing, 2-0 overall. They go to 4 here in Mechanics Hall in Worcester. And we'll be back with Broadway Boxing in a moment. All right, we're back at Mechanics Hall. We've just seen a 4-rounder, Gabriel Duluc and Noel Garcia. Brian Adams and I are both going to faint from shock if Gabriel Duluc does not win this fight. Let's make it official and go upstairs to Diamond Dave Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a nice round of applause out here for both of these fighters. After 4 rounds of action here at the Mechanics Hall, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges, Matthew Regan, Roland Milton, and Ken Volovic, scored this bout 40-36 for your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated from Worcester, Massachusetts, Gabriel Duluc.
So there you have it, a shutout. All 3 cards, 40-36. Gabriel Duluc wins this 4-rounder over Noel Garcia. Duluc goes to 2-0 with 1 knockout. Garcia falls to 2-11-1 with 1 KO.